8 huge EastEnders spoilers for next week. Next week on EastEnders, airing from September 2nd to 6th, the drama intensifies as Dean's trial takes center stage, causing major ripples for the Six. The courtroom tensions are high, and the consequences of the trial promise to be explosive, putting everyone on edge. Sharon faces mounting pressure as she struggles to keep things together, while Linda's sudden disappearance leaves the square in chaos. And just when you think things couldn't get more intense, Stacey finds herself distracted at Charli's party, raising questions about where her focus really lies. Get ready for a week packed with twists, turns, and jaw-dropping moments in Albert Square. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of the latest spoilers, updates, and exclusive insights from Walford. Let's dive into the drama together. Leave a comment below with your predictions for this explosive week ahead. 1. Dean's trial arrives. The first day of Dean's trial kicks off and tensions are sky-high in Albert Square. Before the courtroom drama unfolds, Bernie has another go at Sharon, pressing her about Keanu's death. But Sharon sticks to her story, insisting she wasn't involved. It's a heavy moment, and you can see the pressure starting to weigh on Sharon. Meanwhile, Linda shows up to back Sharon up, trying to be the rock she needs on such a tough day. Bill arrives with Albie in tow, and it's a bittersweet moment as they're all supposed to be celebrating Albie's first day at school. But instead, they're caught up in the stress of the trial. Sharon's visibly gutted about missing this big milestone with her son, and it's clear it's starting to get to Linda too. You can feel the emotions bubbling under the surface as both women try to keep it together. But just when it seems like things might get too much, Phil steps in to steady the ship. He reassures both Sharon and Linda, doing his best to hold everyone together when they need it most. It's a day filled with mixed emotions, as personal moments get overshadowed by the court case that's threatening to tear everything apart. 2. Sharon panics. Sharon is concerned about Linda and asks Suki and Kathy to check on her before she testifies. But Sharon later faces pressure herself when Dean's brief brings up information about her past during her cross-examination. The situation quickly escalates, and the outcome could have huge repercussions for the Six. 3. Linda disappears. Linda's nerves hit breaking point when she sees Sharon getting grilled during cross-examination. The whole thing's a mess, and it's clear that the pressure is way more than she can handle. Instead of stepping up to give her own witness statement, Linda's fears get the better of her, and she bolts from the courtroom. It's a moment of panic that leaves everyone stunned, and suddenly what's already a tense day in court takes a sharp turn as Linda goes AWOL, throwing everything into chaos. While the Six are left in limbo, anxiously waiting for news after all that's gone down, Johnny and Phil quickly realize that Linda's disappearance could turn everything upside down. Not wasting any time, they team up to track her down, determined to find out what's really going on and bring her back. As they piece together clues and follow every lead, it becomes clear just how much is at stake, not just in the courtroom, but for everyone involved. The clock's ticking, and finding Linda is now the top priority if they have any hope of keeping things together. 4. Stacey feels guilty. Stacey prepares to testify, and Mo gives her some valuable advice beforehand. But she also reminds her that she had promised to help Lily plan Charli's first birthday party, as she had promised. Stacey argues with her daughter, and then heads to court to give her witness statement while feeling guilty about the situation. 5. Charli's party goes wrong. Stacey makes an effort at Charli's party, but her mind is elsewhere, and she manages to burn the cake, which makes the situation worse. Eve is annoyed at Suki for missing the party, but she and the other members of the Six have bigger things to deal with. The Slaters have fun when the karaoke gets going, but Stacey is soon forced to leave the celebrations, and things go wrong. Later, Lily is upset that the party didn't go to plan, but she then receives a gift that celebrates her first year of being a mum. 6. Denise struggles. Kim notices right away that something's off with Denise. She's been tense and on edge ever since the whole situation blew up, and it's clear that the weight of everything is getting to her. Kim, always the one to try and keep things light, cracks a few jokes and tries to steer the conversation to safer ground, hoping it might help ease some of Denise's stress. But Denise is just not in the mood. She's caught up in her own thoughts, and Kim's attempt to bring a bit of humor doesn't seem to be hitting the mark at all. It's like the tension in the air is just too thick, and no amount of light-hearted banter can cut through it. When Kim, trying to be supportive, mentions the events of the trial, it's like a switch flips in Denise. She snaps at her sister, the frustration and bottled-up emotions finally boiling over. It's clear that Denise is not ready to revisit any of it, let alone joke about it, and Kim's well-meaning approach just pushes her over the edge. The exchange is quick but sharp, showing just how strained things have become between the two sisters. Denise's reaction catches Kim off guard, but it's a stark reminder of how raw everything still is for her, and how sometimes even the closest of bonds can get tangled up in the heat of the moment. 7. Chelsea gets news. Denise tries her best to push her own problems to the back of her mind when she notices Chelsea is clearly not okay. She's been wrapped up in her own worries, but seeing her daughter in such a state shifts her focus completely. Back at the house, Denise switches into full mum mode, putting her arms around Chelsea and trying to be the strong one despite everything that's been weighing her down. It's one of those moments where Denise just wants to shield her daughter from all the chaos, and for a brief moment, she puts everything aside to be the comfort Chelsea needs. Chelsea, on the other hand, is battling her own anxiety. She's on edge and clearly waiting for the right moment to open up to her mum, but it's hard to get the words out. The worry is written all over her face, and you can just feel the tension building as she waits. She's desperate for some reassurance, but before she can even start talking, the phone rings, breaking the silence and adding a whole new layer of stress. Jack's name flashes on the screen, and you can see the mix of dread and hope flicker across Chelsea's face as she picks up, knowing that whatever he's about to say could change everything. Jack's voice is serious as he gives the update on the big crowd crush, and it's not the kind of news anyone wants to hear. He doesn't sugarcoat it, explaining how bad things got and what's been happening since. You can sense the weight of his words through the phone as he outlines the fallout from the incident. Chelsea listens, her anxiety shifting from the unknown to a stark reality that's even more frightening. The conversation leaves both Chelsea and Denise rattled, realizing that the situation is far more intense than they had imagined, and they're left trying to figure out what comes next. 8. The six face consequences. The latest update in Dean's trial sends shockwaves through the six, leaving them reeling as they come to grips with the fact that this nightmare is far from over. They had hoped that the trial's developments would finally bring some closure, but instead, it feels like the ground has just been ripped out from under them. Each member is dealing with their own fears and uncertainties, and the realization that they're still tangled in this mess hits them hard. You can feel the tension rising as they start to understand the full weight of what's coming their way: legal battles, public scrutiny, and more sleepless nights. One of the women in the group, already pushed to her breaking point, decides she just can't handle the pressure anymore. It's a snap decision, made in the heat of the moment, but it's a choice that could change everything for her and the rest of the six. She's caught between wanting to escape the chaos and the fear that she might be making a huge mistake. Her actions send ripples through the group, and you can see the unease in everyone's eyes as they wonder what this means for their already fragile situation. It's one of those moments where desperation meets reality, and the consequences of her decision could make things a whole lot worse. As the six continue to navigate the fallout, they find themselves facing even more repercussions. The fight for their freedom is still on, and every move they make feels like it's being watched and judged. They're constantly on edge, never knowing who's going to be the next one dragged into the firing line. With each twist and turn, the stakes keep getting higher, and it's clear that no one is safe from the fallout. The stress, the fear, and the endless uncertainty are taking their toll, and it's only a matter of time before something, or someone, breaks under the pressure. And that's a wrap on the biggest EastEnders spoilers for next week. It's going to be a wild ride as Dean's trial shakes up the square, relationships get tested, and the drama doesn't let up for a second. Make sure you tune in to catch all the twists and turns. This is one week you won't want to miss. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell icon so you're always in the loop with the latest Walford gossip. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Who do you think will crack under the pressure next? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.